Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Monday, August whatever, 18th? 19th, wow, already 19th, 2019. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live Sundays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. Today, I was busying myself with my mod that I have for Factorio. My mod for Pyanodons, actually. And, yeah, so I just set up everything for the stream at the exact last minute. Like, quite literally the exact last minute, so congratulations, today is just going to be generic We're Going to Grow Day, rather than a themed day. So, if you didn't show up last time, my mod that I have made to Pyanodons is called Pi Borer Reversion, which reverts a recent change to Pi Petroleum handling that made ground boring recipes use drilling fluid instead of lubricant. There was another change, which I completely agree with, which changed the fluid type for the coal gas into whatever the normal mining fluid is for that item. So if it needs refined syngas, in the case of niobium, the ground boring recipe now needs refined syngas and drilling fluid too, I think is the other one, instead of lubricant. So this just changes it back to lubricant because drilling fluid is, shall we say, not particularly wonderful to deal with. I suppose that's how I'll put it. It's not that great to deal with drilling fluid. It's not that you can't make infinite amounts of drilling fluid, it's that the amount of space required to set up infinite amounts of drilling fluid and the amount of buildings to fill that space required to set up infinite amounts of drilling fluid is rather extremely large. So I've made this mod that changes everything across the board back to lubricant. However, I think for all fairness that I should have some mod options for this. Now, before I go any further, while we're here on the mod page, I want to point out that I have added some things here that I've completely forgotten about. I have added Mining Drill Mark II. I have added multi-product recipe details. I have added realistic ores. I think that's it. Realistic ores specifically changes iron to rusty orange, oxidized iron color, and copper to its color if once it's been exposed to oxygen. So that happens to be a bluish color. So, and it slightly changes the color of uranium and reduces its glow effect. So that does make it more realistic, but it's going to be a very odd change because video game logic dictated that iron was blue and copper was orange / reddish orange when they're actually reversed. So whenever you see reddish orange now, that's iron. And that's going to be something to get used to. So anyway, that is the mods if I go to mod settings and I scroll down, you can see I will now, as of the next update that I released to Bybor reversion, this is not live yet because I still have a bit of work to do. Like, I have to put localization for the drop down here, and I'm thinking there's other changes to the code that I need to make, that I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out a better way of actually doing this, because right now it's not multiplayer friendly, I guess is the best way to put it. On the there's a mod tutorial page that talks about, that is specifically about settings and making mod settings. And in the tips section at the very bottom of that page, on the Factorio wiki tutorial page for mod settings, specifically says, don't put requires in conditional statements, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So the way that it's currently set up is that the game will check basically just a big conditional statement. If the setting value equals this, load a specific, require a specific file that does this, that sets everything to lubricant, or sets only copper to lubricant, or sets copper and iron only to lubricant. Why do I have copper here? Because copper is required for drilling fluid 1. Copper ore is required for drilling fluid 1. And drilling fluid 1 has a gigantic footprint if you're trying to make it without some outside source of copper ore. So in the absence of copper ore, in order to use drilling fluid 1, the amount of ore that it needs is 12 per second to fuel 15 per second of ore. So, yeah, it's 12 and a half per second to feed enough fluid to drive 15. So you only get 2.5 per second. You get a tenth. No, not a tenth. A sixth, I think, is what it ended up being. Something like that. Anyway, you get very little, and then you have to consider, well, if I want to do, say, a full belt of iron, right? Or a full belt of any of the other things that's mining fluid 1, which I think is just like tin, iron, and copper, or something like that, and raw borax are the 4 items normally that require drilling fluid 1 now. In order to actually do that, you not only need, it's like you need 6 setups of drilling fluid 1 just to be able to use the excess to do 1 yellow belt of an ore of choice. Which is dumb. Like, straight up, as I reposition myself more comfortably. So that's stupid. And I hate it. So my solution is, well, I now have the option here. If you want to have drilling fluids in play for ground borers, let's just set copper to lubricant so that you can do the more easier process to get lubricant, the easier lubricant. You're still requiring something there to get the copper that you need to feed the drilling fluid 1, so you need significantly less drilling fluid 1 setups. You need more lubricant setups, but you don't need as many drilling fluid 1. I hope that makes some degree of sense. At least some degree of sense. You'll need several copper setups to fuel drilling fluid 1, but then you can use the drilling fluid 1 for the things that need drilling fluid 1, which unfortunately is not that much, which is why I have a rebalance option that changes lead and titanium to drilling fluid 1, because honestly there's like 7 items now that use drilling fluid 2, while only 4 used drilling fluid 1. Lubricant, as it stood, was used for stone, quartz, stuff like that. Stone, quartz, limestone, I think were the main ones. But I have this option that I want to include for changing the lead and titanium to fluid 1, because I think it makes a bit more sense to be 1 versus 2. I can understand chromium using 2. I can understand nickel and zinc using 2. I don't see it on lead and tin. It just tier wise, I mean, if there was like some middle ground, maybe, but as it stands, I think it fits better. If you look at a spectrum of lubricant, drilling fluid 1, drilling fluid 2, drilling fluid 3, I would put iron and copper down at lubricant, with the quartz, like, quote, red science stuff, like red science level stuff, down that end. Then you bring in the, and I guess tin technically could be down there, but I would leave tin at drilling fluid 1. Oh, that's the other thing. Note, Pyanodon, whenever you do watch this, tin should be steam, not coal gas. So you still need to change the coal gas to steam. I don't know how difficult that would be, but the ground boring recipe for tin should use steam. Anyway, so that is that. I did have the option here for copper and iron if you wanted to also have iron, only need lubricant. Yes, discard change. Wait, what is the thing actually currently set to? Lubricant all. Yes, that is exactly what I want for now. So let's load in and let's actually play. As I said, I am currently refactoring the code to work differently, because I currently have a whole bunch of requires behind conditionals checking these settings, and I want to try to avoid that. It doesn't appear as if the method that I was just doing right before the start of the stream was working, so I have to figure out some other way. Some other way. We shall see. And then I have to add the localization for the drop-down options that I will have. Also, the rebalance thing is one that could just be a checkbox, enabled or disabled, but if you choose to have lubricant for everything, that box is superfluous. It wouldn't do anything if you had it enabled, if you had it set to lubricant for everything. But anyway, that is that. And I just made the save here with right in front of a ground board just so I could check if things were working properly. Things would work properly if I were to change things now. I'm not going to, though, because I'm currently mining chromium. Also, yes, updates to Pyanodon's mods that he did live during stream yesterday. That was great. So now, no module slots at all in ground borers. Used to be 4, now there's 0. And a whole bunch of buildings no longer can use productivity modules, and since I had productivity modules in all these buildings, guess what happens to them when a building no longer requires productivity modules and you had one installed? That's right, the game deletes them! So thank you, Pyanodon, for deleting a whole bunch of my productivity module 1s. Fortunately, they were only productivity module 1s. However, you missed some stuff. Wait, what is this? Wait, you're supposed to be... tar... Huh? That's tar 1. What is this building supposed to be? I don't even know. What was this building? Why is it dead? Why is it here? I don't know. I do not know. Okay. Fine. Whatever. So you missed, a tank or 2. The 3 and 4,000 L tanks, they're still using productivity. This is actually good exercise to go through and be like, hey, underflow valves and overflow valves. I guess it's okay that these use productivity. They're just the valves, right? They're just valves. But otherwise, I think... Alright, the pipes here still use them. I don't think iron pipes normally use productivity, but these are currently, so that might be one that still needs changing. Otherwise, I'm not seeing any others. Anything that was pipe petroleum handling already didn't need them. Speaking of which... Yes! Now, I think I chose not to have them in here in the first place, so that they move faster, rather than having to, like, place a whole bunch of high-pressure furnaces and so on. I might just do it anyway and just place more high-pressure furnaces. Why not? More pyrite. More pyrite, although I have tons of it. I'm literally sitting on needing circuit boards. Okay. So what am I actually going to do today? I haven't even given any thought to that. Well, okay. Let's, think of things in terms of this drilling fluid situation. So I mentioned, part of the reason why I wanted to do lubricant for copper in the first place while leaving the other drilling fluid stuff alone, maybe with that rebalance of putting lead and titanium into fluid 1, would be the fact that drilling fluid 2 and 3 would require much smaller footprints than fluid 1 needing copper. Because copper would need fluid 1. So you get the cyclical nature of this, right? It would need like 250 fluid 1 to get a yellow belt of copper ore, 12.5 of which is used to feed the fluid to feed itself. So if you wanted a full belt of copper ore, well, 15 over 2.5 is 6. So you would need 6 of these to get a freaking copper belt out of this. Or, if you were thinking in terms of the other stuff that needs fluid 1 outside of copper, it gets a little bit more complicated than that. Because you would then need to be thinking about what you need for an extra 250. An extra net 250. Well, 2.5 is, let's see, so 12.5 into 250. So 250 over 12.5 times 2.5. So is that right? Did I just do that math right? I'm trying to see how much drilling fluid does 2.5 make? And it looks like it's 50. Yeah, that would be... yeah, 5. 5 is the divisible number, so... there would need to be 5 setups of copper to have enough excess drilling fluid. So 5 devoted to copper to make the drilling fluid for whatever 6th setup you want. So this would need 5 copper, 5 setups of drilling fluid of copper to make enough drilling fluid extra to fuel 4 ground borers of copper, or 4 ground borers of iron, or 4 ground borers of quartz. Not quartz. No, not quartz. Of tin. Raw borax, tin, iron, and copper are the ones that need drilling fluid 1. So, you get the point. 5 full setups of drilling fluid 1 making copper ore to get a net gain of 250. And then each of these setups needs 45 per second on guar. Something like that. Actually, it's 2.5 on the guar. So yeah. Yeah, like 45 on guar per setup. So times 6. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Compare that with fluid 2, which actually needs less guar. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. 2, 1, 3. So you need 2.5 for 250. You need half that. And you need the same as 2. So these guys need half as much guar to feed the same amount, and they don't have an ore requirement. I mean, this one has chromium. So chromium is fluid 2, So this one inherently would have a reason to have 2 to get into 3. 3 note is only used for molybdenum and one other thing I forget. Niobium, maybe? I know it's required for molybdenum. Moly. Let me go, or just plop down. I think I'm holding on to some ore or other. Actually, I can't check because everything's lubricant right now. Oops. But I know moly requires 3. But the majority require 2. Boric acid, I've already gone through all these. They're free. They're free, and with 1.25 guar that's, what, 45 over 2? That's, sorry, 45 over 2, that's 22.5. Significantly better. And then, because the fluid's not required to make the fluid, like the fluid, none of this ends up, well, a little bit is, because ethylene glycol is, silver. But you set up one of these for just one of these to do the lead, and you're good on the silver. Again, another reason to put lead on drilling fluid 1 and copper on lubricant, because in that way you can have a setup where you can get your lubricant feeding copper, feeding fluid 1, feeding lead for silver for feeding fluid 2. There's a nice chain there that you can set up, a nice logical progression. Ooh, there's that word coming up. Progression. Balance, even. If you use 1 to get the lead for the silver for the 2 and the 3. Ooh, that's lovely. And then, hey look, chromium needs the 2, so then that would mean that you would have drilling fluid 2 going into fluid 3 via chrome. Wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be balance? That sounds like a logical balance and progression to me. And yeah, plus, so it would get the fluid 2 in the form of chromium and the fluid 1 in the form of the ethylene glycol and the silver required for the ethylene glycol. So it would get, and then, I forget, borax, again, is fluid 1, so, yeah, which fluid 1 would be lubricant from the copper, so you would have, in order to get up to fluid 2 and 3, like for fluid 3, you would end up having ingredients, all the ingredients, ending up requiring lubricant, fluid 1, and fluid 2 to get up to fluid 3 via ingredients. If it was balanced such that copper was lubricant and lead was fluid 1. So there's 2 changes there. One is copper as lubricant, and then lead minimum as fluid 1. That would make a very nice logical progression. Now, I propose lead and tin as being fluid 1, or not tin, lead and titanium as fluid 1, because they are the 2 things that need acetylene. So they already have a little bit higher of a barrier of entry just from the acetylene. And I consider them like the same tier, quote unquote, as tin, iron, copper, well, at the very least, same tier as tin. It's like the time that you think about your lead and tin is about the same time that you think about your lead and your titanium is like right immediately after tin. Depends with aluminium. There's an argument to be made for aluminium also being fluid 1, matching that same level of tier, but it gets a little bit iffy because technically speaking, titanium, lead, aluminium, and chromium are all sort of at the same time frame that you want to set those up. At like the same point in your tech pathing. I think because it's acetylene required on the titanium and lead, that one would make more sense as fluid 1, while because aluminium is coal gas and chromium is syngas, both of which are significantly easier to get, or at least they're not as expensive to get in the early game compared to acetylene, that it does make a little bit more sense that those could be fluid 2s, drilling fluid 2s. Taking all ingredients into consideration here. Alright, that's like half an hour of discussion and not even doing a dang thing. Oh boy. Let's actually think about what I want to do. Collagen. All roads lead to collagen at the moment, I think. That means more acetic acid. That means I need more acetic acid. I've just decided on a whim that I'm going to get collagen, because I've already brought several of the ingredients for collagen onto my network. The only real thing I need that's left is the acetic acid. So if I look up collagen, it's urea, skin, steam, and acetic. I've got the skin up. I think I've got the urea up. Do I have the urea up yet? I do. I have the urea brought up. So it's just bringing up acetic and setting up a little bit of steam. But thing is, I am currently making, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, are there better methanol reactors? Or am I limited on just that one? There is a methanol reactor Mark II that I theoretically could be making right now. That I may or may not have set up. You know what would be great is if I had logistic information over the recipes. So if I were to go here and request methanol reactor 2, I can see, no, I'm not making any. What about 1? No, I'm not making any. So there is a way to check these things, and that is how you do it. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 making up to 75 per second. If all 3 of these were going at once, which they're not, they would be limited to everything that I'm currently producing. 0.75. 0.75 out. You need 0.8, but I don't think I need the full 4. You're actually backed up because What is my limiting factor? Is there a limiting factor? Are we operating fully? No, we're not. These. Ferrochromium alloy. Alright, I figured if anything would be a bottleneck here, I'm happy that it's the ferrochromium alloy. Like, I'm okay with that. Because ferrochromium alloy is a pain in the rear end. That might be what I do today. I might do molten chromium. I might do molten chromium so I can transfer over to, the molten ferrochromium alloy recipe, which should have an improvement on, productivity. Also, I have a full bore cup of coffee today as my second cup because I was dead yesterday. I was basically dead. Also, there was a network error apparently on Twitch. Come on, give me my view of myself back, please. That would be great. Come on. Viewers 0 is not okay. Why you no update? Update. Give me my view of myself. Anyway. Fine. Twitch will be Twitch, and I will cry when my average views decrease by a lot because of time spent at 0 views. That shouldn't be at 0. Okay, well that means I technically for now have spare acetic that I could use. Also, please. Oh. Thank you. That's not as nice. Because it would be nice to save on the tetrachloride. But this is nice, because it saves on the chromium and the methanol. I'm not concerned about the, CO2, I'm concerned about the methanol and the chromium. But it does look like we have a lot of spare here, so I can... Do I even have this on the bus? Nope. Do I need it on the bus? No. Technically not. Like, it doesn't really matter anymore. The concept of the bus is, like, no longer relevant so much. Alright, so we've got the acetic up here. Collagen, I think, is in a mixer. Oh, hello, tech. Yeah, you. Okay. Yeah, I'd call that a bit more balanced. Alright, so you're gonna be longer term. That's right, I totally installed the mod for Mark II mining drills. And essentially the way that these work, they are twice as fast, and they pollute more. And have 2 extra module slots. But I can see here that it's speed module 2s and circuit board 3s, so that means they're locked behind circuit 3s. I think that's fair, to be completely honest, to get mining drills that are twice as effective. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Alright. Or was it one of you? Collagen, what are you done in? An agitator, okay. Well, give me some agitators then. I'm not making agitators? That seems like an oversight. An ogre sight. Agitators. Or maybe I am, it's just that... none have been made yet. Melamine. That would be why. I don't have my melamine on the network. Do I have what I need up here to make some melamine? Melamine's done in an FB reactor, I think. Melamine. 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 Water cyanic ammonia. Right. In FB. Cyanic and ammonia. Right. I've got melamine resin up here, not melamine. Yeah. Well, I've got extra urea. So, where's my ammonia line? Right here. How's about you existing? I will do this. Be productive. It only adds a little bit, but they are productive. I'd rather they be productive. I'm currently lacking ammonia. For reference, I'm lacking ammonia. Don't know if I have enough urea to really fuel this. By the way, I should be making... automating... AUGs. So, let's get some AUGs on the network. Let's get an array of, AUGs. A nice block of AUGs. Actually, I know exactly what I can do with this block. So I made little blueprintable squares out here. Hey, kitty. You're leaving me? Kitty's leaving me? Or just repositioning? Just repositioning. Hello, tail. Mwah. Here, have your heat pad back on. Have your heat pad. Alright, so how many of these can I get in here? Fit in here, I should say. Oh, hello, tech. Follower robot count, the last thingies. Also, I really don't actually need any of this belt here, thanks. Yeah, all the way across, I don't need any of that belt. Right. This allows me... the ability to have some space. That works just fine. How many is this? 24. Let's see, mushrooms and raw fiber, or just mushrooms? And then it's only one module slot that can be productivity. Well, fibers are kickalc, which feed off of several recipes. So do I go for the more augs or less augs but also kickalc? So that would be 14.4 per second with just Falgi, or 60 out of the same amount. For a bit more mushrooms and raw fiber. Now, if I wanted 60 per second out of this, that would be 100 of these at 20 per second. Yeah, I think this is the recipe that we'll be using. However, the logistics of this is going to be a little bit painful. Yeah, my kitty. That's my kitty. He's looking at me. Yeah, my boy. Also, one thing I want to note that's completely separate from everything is today we might find out whether or not my mother has gotten a promotion, basically. So that's the thing we might find out on this day, because she does have an in-person meeting with her boss that was pre-scheduled, or already scheduled. Oh, this is... right. Shift-click. Shift... Actually, I should shift-click on that one, not this, but anyway. Give me... yeah, that... So yeah, it would be a really nice thing to have happen with a household. It would mean that we could do a lot more. Potentially even upgrade our internet access. Cough, cough. In particular, I already have really good internet access. I'm not concerned about the speed of my internet access right now. We have a 300 megabit internet connection through Cox Communications. However, my concern is not speed, it is data caps. So we are limited to 2 terabytes per month of usage on our current ultimate plan. The state that I'm living in, Virginia, if you upgrade to Cox Gigablast, which is their gigabit service, there are no usage caps in the state of Virginia for Cox Gigablast. Why is there no bandwidth cap with Cox in the state of Virginia when you have gigabit Ethernet through them? Because Verizon exists here and offers Fios. You know, competition is here. That's why they're giving no bandwidth limitations for their gig customers. Who'd have thought that something good for consumers would happen when competition was present? Yeah, so that's a thing that exists here in this state that I would like to take advantage of, and it's not a lot. It's not a big jump, actually, per month to do the upgrade, but it's weird. It's like it's expensive, but the amount of increase compared to what we have now is not so expensive, but also we can't really even afford that much at the moment. So, yeah, here's hoping that my mother gets that promotion so that, like, things across the board can be better. And please do that. Thank you. So, mushrooms and kickalks to actually feed this. I want to have a look at what the footprint actually looks like to feed that. Of mushrooms and kickalk. Now, my mushrooms, of course, are down here, or not down, but up right over here. What do I want to do? I need to get some stuff out of my inventory. Some stuff needs to leave for now. How many kickalk have I made? Oh yeah, and all of this, by the way, while I say this is for collagen, it also is stuff that is needed for scaling up circuits, so that makes me happy as well. Wait, what? Oh, you need another botanical. Right. Right. Also, do I really want to be doing like 200 kilojoule steam on this? I don't know, probably not. Probably not. As a use of the extra tar from this. So here's the thing about this energy setup here. It's like, it will always produce 50 per second tar if it's operating at 100%. So it's like the more energy I use, the more tar I get out of this, which is a little nuts. It's 50 per second here, and then these three for another 30. So 80 per second, potentially. 80 per second. I could convert that to energy, sure, but I could also do other things with it that need tar. Anyway, that's a thought for another time. So how many mushrooms do we need? 9.6. 9.6. May as well align these properly. .6, huh? Wow, that is a lot of fertilizer. I'm gonna say, hell to the power of no to that. 9.6, huh? 9.6, exactly 20. Exactly 20. I'm gonna do things like... Alright, I'm gonna have a line of belt in between with a gap of 1. I have the option of using loaders. I'm not going to. Not for this, anyway. This setup. That's 10 and 20. Oh. Boink. And then kick alk. How much kick alk do I need? 14.4. Kick alk, I said, has more options. Has many more options. In terms of its stuff and things. Kitty? Is the kitty coming back? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hello. Hello, kitty. Hello, Cole. Yeah. Are you gonna come up via lap? Are you gonna, like, return to your spot on the desk via lap, or are you just gonna walk around my chair? He's walked around the chair. 4 methods. We've got... Hi. Are you gonna go lap anyway? Oh, he's gonna go lap anyway. He's gonna go lap anyway. Hello, tail. There's the tail. He's gone lap anyway. Aw, it's lap time, huh? It's lap time. It's lap time for the kitty. Anyway, I'm... Really, that's as far down as you're gonna look? Anyway, hello, kitty. Hello. Mwah. My sweet. I have to, like, go. Webcam with game. Webcam with game. Yeah, that's the kitty. He's here. He be here right now, but you can't see his face because he's all low and my webcam positioning is not great. Yeah, that's my kitty. Hi. Hello. Hello, Cole. Is that my pretty boy? My pretty scraggly boy with full of knots all over his fur, like right here and here and here and chest and aw. You need to be grooming yourself, buddy. Aw. You need to groom yourself more. You know, you're a cat, right? Like, you are a cat, right? You should be grooming yourself, but you haven't been. And then when you do groom yourself, you end up just ripping your knots out, giving you bald spots everywhere. And then you don't even bother with the stuff on your belly. You're all matted all over your belly, huh? It's not a good soft spot anymore to pet. Doctor's gonna want you to get a shaving. We don't want to shave you again. That's expensive. Hmm. Yeah. Stuff. Things and stuff. Yeah, you looking at me. It's like, yeah, you don't want to go get shaved by the vet again, do you? But if you do, that means you'll end up under my covers because you're cold at night. Hmm. So, Foidaliza. Let's have a look. See if this is even remotely okay. Nah. Like, nah. Nah. Nah, no. 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 Like, no. 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 Nah, no. Sand and CO2. Would it be worth adding sand and CO2? That is a good question. Would it be worth adding the sand and the CO2? How much do I need? 14.4. $18. Well, it's not going to fit in one of these. 18. CO2 is free, water free, clay free, sand free, 1-to-1. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I might do the bigger footprint on the sand, by the way. Sand extractors are nice, but it is iron. And then lamps, of course. As it turns out, I do have lamps on my network, so... Okay. Well, 18. How many of these do I have? Hey! Ain't that convenient? Thing is, can I, like, fit 18? I believe I can fit 18 in here. It's just... Do I want to do it with robots or belts? Like, and then at what ratio of robots to belts would I want to do this? Whoops. Hello, tech. And that, as they say, is that? We're out of text, Kitty. We're out of text. We're out of text, Cole. No more. There's no more. Really? Alright, fine. This is 2. Yes, yes. Yeah, I can do this with bots. As not good as I think it would be literally moving sand with bots. I guess I'm gonna just do it that way. The amount per second is low enough that a single inserter can handle it. Yeah. This will be fine. For the exception that unfortunately this isn't gonna work. Oh, crap. Yep, that's not gonna work right there. Why does this need to be one tile down? Because just the fluid comes from each side, and I need water and CO2. Same deal here. It needs to be moved at least one tile over. And there we go. Now this makes the, yeah. This then makes the ability to actually use logistics chests difficult. It can't do it on this very specific one. I can get logistics chests on here. I don't have a space for you. Everything else is fine. So that will have to move here. Sadly. Or not sadly, depends on your perspective. I just don't like how that looks, though. I'll live with it. If I can live with it, so can you. With a key exception there. Pfft. Yeah, so I also have to leave room for the, pipe. So just bearing that in mind, leaving room for pipe. Pipes! Time for pipes. Now, why am I even remotely concerned about setting up something in a single block like this? Well, it's so that I can, I can scale this. Because this all fits within these 2 blocks, I can copy and paste this however many times as I want within this grid shape. I might not actually do this that way on that side. I think it's probably better just to do a single pipe all the way across. Whoops, that there. Feels good actually building something that can get scaled, although it is not designed around having beacons, whether or not you have beacons. So I will need to design something for beacons when it comes down to needing them. Granted, this amount of space here is large enough for beacons. Beacons are 3 by 3, so I could actually fit beacons in there. Can't do it here, though. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to load requester chests, or provider chests, I should say, from the Falgi lines. Just because I can. Just because I can. I could do chests on everything, but they're not needed for everything. So, what do I have and what don't I have on my network? I don't have clay. I don't have sand. But for now, I can put my logistic requests in. Yeah, so... Ah, hello. You are missing. I also need the supply of water here. That's one thing I don't have in this setup, is a local supply of CO2 production. 288. To do a local supply of CO2 production, I would need space for botanical nursery, wood processing unit, and high pressure furnace. Local. Or maybe there's space in the middle here, I could do it. Or somehow use both sides. Yeah, let's request those. It should send it to me on the way. They are on the way. Thank you for that. Of course I would do the... Oh wow, I don't even have the recipe. Oh, there it is. There's the fertilizer recipe. Gee, is it worth the fertilizer recipe? Probably not. Although it is really good. Like, actually, 0.6 for 0.4 compared to 0.2. I don't know. Seems actually decent to me. Let's see. Wood processing units next. Yes, bring me the whoopoos. Bring me the whoopoos. Bring me whoopoo. Thank you for whoopoo. Thank you for whoopoo. Makes organic matter. Feeds that. Needs 0.2. That's literally one of these. And I forget how much CO2 makes 10, makes 225. Aww. That makes it slower. I could do speed though. Not in that. Alright, so 2 means... 2 means... 2. And I guess I could do this with... just determining how I want this, all oriented and stuff. So, belts or bots? That's the next point to make. Belts or bots? Belts or bots? Can I do it with belts? Is the question. Yes, I think so. I think so is the answer. Then out, in, out, in, so yeah, this doesn't use the full consumption of one that gets produced, but that's fine. I will have more than enough local CO2. Coming into the place. The issue is getting it here. There we go. That gets it there. Then water. That's convenient, actually. On the water. as is that. I can also, you know, just... straight up hook up the water there. And there. Huzzah! There's the water. I think that works. It just needs an initial kickstart of CO2 and a singular thingy for water, which conveniently can be placed right there. I think this works. Actually, 1080, 28, 66. With a split here, no. No, I'm going to want at least one more. I'm gonna put it here, but I want at least one more. To supplement. Just because water, like, fluid mechanics suck. Just because fluid mechanics literally suck. Quite literally suck. Okay, let's get some CO2 kickstart going. I'll need to bring my CO2 line up the rest of the way. I should have a CO2 line. Just needs to be brought up. I don't know if I have yet. Doesn't look like it. I forget exactly where it is as well, so this will be fun. There it is. Oh, there you blow. Really? Really? Wait, why do you do here? Going on up. So, I am contemplating whether or not on the, augs, if I want to, if/how I want to, do the outputs there. Deal with the outputs there. Alright, CO2. Now, I may want to just keep this CO2 connected here, because I am producing more than is necessary. Also, of course, I now also need power. Everything needs power. Oh, glorious power. Excuse me. Let's get all of this stuff what it needs. There we go. It should all function. Once I get sand and clay. Once I get sand and clay. Unfortunately, sand and clay will need to be in a third square. Just gonna remove all this. A third little square that I need to repair. Quote unquote repair, as in get rid of all of this crap. I don't need you anymore. I don't need no stinking water. Yeah. Okay. Bring me... do I have washers on me? No. So bring me some washers. And then bring me some... clay pits. And bring me some soil extractors. Now they will complete their missions. I don't need to keep this request here so long as the shipments are on their way. Yeah, my kitty, you're trying to sleep now. Oh. Take a pet break while waiting for these things to appear. Alright, you can take this away. And this away. And those away. Alright. Autosave, auto-saving. The autosave is auto-saving. Oh. 2. Probably don't need as much stuff and things. You there, sand. Now, yes, I know I can do sand extractors, but that needs iron. And I'm willing to spend the space here for that. So I need, let's say 15. Let's just say 15 on sand. That will be 3 washers, 45 per second. So, 7, we'll say. In fact, we'll say I'll have a single speed module in these. So, 45. 45. 4 with 3 modules. And then that's more than 1, by the way. Alright, 1. That means 2. Why is this important? This is important to keep things even, so this is 48, not 6.08, or better yet, I can think of it as needing 24. But I don't need 16, I need 14. So actually, I think that works. I think that works as is. So that'll be fine. I will feed these with independent sources of water. 3 independent sources of water. Where's my stone water wells, huh? Stone water wells. Stone. Bring me the stone water wells. The deep water wells. Bring them to me, my minions. My wonderful minions. And I don't need these. At all. At all. Also, tailings. 80. It's like 20 more than I would like it to be. Where's my... These, please? Alright, I just got my delivery of these. Okay. Doinky. 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 Alright, that'll be how we handle this. Wait, what? Spacing? Oh, right. Right. Um... I... Excuse me. There we go. That works. It works. It works. Yeah, kitty cat. It works. It works. It's functional. And that, of course, will output sand straight up into my chests. My chests! As well as be voided thanks to you and you. Let's see, that adds 20%. I think I need one more. 60 times 1.4. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. And I can fill the rest with these, just like I can fill the rest with these. Just for my own sanity's sake. I could do that with literally everything, if I really wanted to. Alrighty then. Let's go. Cool beans. Cool beans. That just leaves clay. 7.2 on clay. $7.2, huh? Well, I could do 10. This would be so dumb. Really? That's so dumb! No! That's stupid! Steam is free. Why would you do this? Why would you do that? 6. It can go down to 6 by using speed. Yeah, so 270 steam, 5 boilers. I see no reason not to just use standard boilers. Why? Why is the relevant question. What it comes down to... Oh, really? Actually, probably there. Ugh. Yeah, sure, why not? What it comes down to is that this is, shall we say, free? Oh, I actually don't want you there. I want you Actually, yes, you can be there. What am I thinking? As long as it's connected to one, it shares between everything. So, Coke is free, basically. Oils, not as much. So while I could use the oil generator, it's just far, far easier to just do a logistics request on Coke here. And I could even use burner inserters if I wanted to. And then, to deposit all of this, I'm going to choose to do this this way and load into a chest. I will also say that I am going to do that. Just to make sure we get the full output. I would like to get a little bit of extra clay out of this. So that is, as they say, that should be enough clay being produced to feed the kick alkalines. So congratulations, we done with all of that. So that just leaves getting mushrooms and raw fiber in to feed my augs. So the question is, do I run belt or do I just go the route of robots? It ultimately won't matter too much. I've got 4,279 logistics bots. I think I've got the robots to handle logistic requests on these. That means I could space this differently, but the issue is I'm still not really going to be able to fit any more than I already have in here. Like, the size of these buildings and the specific spacing that I used isn't conducive to adding another thingy. These now have the logistic requests, by the way. That's why I did that. Now it's just a matter of power. Just gotta get that power in. The power! Gotta get the power! And say hello to glorious 60 urea per second. 60 urea per second being produced straight up on the network. I like a lot. Because guess what? This is tileable. I can copy and paste this and have as much urea as I could ever desire, Cole. I can have as much urea as I could ever desire. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, kitty. It's a beautiful thing. A glorious thing. Of course, if you're not using water wells, you would need to feed a lot of lines of water into this. 2 for this, and technically this only needs 3. I have 4 here for this, but it would want to have 3. So, like, think 5-ish lines of water to feed all of this in general. But yeah, and it also gives you an excess of carbon dioxide. Which is also fantastic. Oh, you don't have water. You're not hooked up to the water. Right. Yeah, about that. How am I gonna do that? Same with you. You're sorta blocked there. You're blocked by an inserter. How's about cut and paste? Oh, you're blocked by that, aren't you? Yeah. There we go. Now we're getting enough kickoff. Oh, and then... Of course, I missed a spot. Of course I would miss a spot. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Gives my Logibot something to do anyway. So 60 per second looks like this of ammonia. Of urea. 60 per second of urea. This is what that looks like. It consumes a bit of coke for the clay, and and actually that's it. That's it actually. And power. I mean, obviously power, but yeah. A little bit of efficiency, and even the power footprint is highly reduced. Highly reduced. I've got more space in this square. I could do no speed modules. I could do no speed modules, but meh. I'll leave it as is. I shall leave it as is. Efficiently, please. Sorta... more than 3 doesn't matter. Like, seriously, more than 3 does not matter. These don't have module slots. All the efficiency! All of it. Why do you not have mushrooms? Mushrooms. Shroomies. Like, really? Shroomies? Here, you know what? Boom. And boom. Bring the shroomies. Bring all the things. All of the things. Like, all of them. Yes, go my minions! Fly! 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 And keep them, those boxes full. Fly, my lovelies. Fill the boxes. Why are you flying away with stuff? Oh, you're charging, right. That's the other thing, I do hope I have enough charging stations. I was tempted to put charging stations along the middles, but you can see I'm using the middle here. Yeah, that's probably overloading the charging stations a little bit. But yeah, we're good. We're fine. Everything is fine. Also, wait a minute. Wait. Why didn't it void the productivity modules in this thing? Because that was another change that was made, is a number of the particle accelerator recipes now no longer can use productivity modules. That was the other thing, is no more productivity on particle accelerator recipes. But I had productivity in a... What? It's supposed to void the productivity modules. Like it did everywhere else. But it didn't here, which is... odd. Very odd, indeed. Also, crystallographic substrate. Nichrome, rayon, cermet, propene. Propene via tholins, I think. Is this self-perpetuating? I don't think so. Like, nah. Probably not. Probably not. Also, lots of power. Like, lots of power. I wouldn't do productivity in one of these anyway. It would definitely be 3 of those minimum, or a mix of speed and efficiency. But yeah, definitely 20 megawatts, much lower than 100 or more. That's actually a few circuit boards you've got there. So I have the ammonia. So I have ammonia being made out of urea. It's like, well, so I have urea. What was I going to use the urea for? Bring me my DDC2s. DDC2. This will be to make the cyanic and ammonia out of urea in even amounts so I can get the melamine going. Hey, we're back to the melamine. We're back. We're back to melamine. Also, car. I actually need to go on a bit of a vacation. I need to go on a bit of a trip. We need to take a hike down to the bottom of the bus, because I totes have 9 thingies. Yes, 9 thingies. Also, a lot of my iron is going into small parts right now, as you can see. That's why it's so low, is there's a lot of iron is being used for small parts. A lot of iron is being used for small parts. In fact, I probably do want to scale my iron a lot. Cough, cough. Ground boring with lubricant would be ideal. Or doing the next major step of iron, because it was apparently made better. We shall see. We shall see if that is the case. So yeah, these ground bores. Because productivity was removed, I no longer need 9, but 4. 4 will give me the output that I need, although all of this was limited by lubricant anyway. Yes, I am literally ground boring chromium on top of chromium. On top of a chromium patch. That is absolutely something that I am doing. As odd as that is, that's what I'm doing because I recognize that this ore itself on patches is not infinite. Patches are not infinite here, so I wanted something more infinite. More infinite. Also, let's get more heavy oil into lubricant. More lube sounds like a plan. Do I even have any of these on me? Nope. Nope. I do not. Here's my lube line. The lube line! The glorious lube line. Yeah, bring me chem plants. Glorious chem plants. Hey, buddies, have that. Thanks. Oh, they won't actually bring me the thingy because I'm not in the network. It would help if I were in the network. It would help a lot. Being in network is always great. So yeah, bring me the thingies. In fact, build like all of the stuff. Keep expanding outwards, onwards and outwards. I absolutely want to get level 3 productivity modules in all of this. Absolutely. Trying to think of alternative ways to get lubricant, but I think this is just the way. There's really only 2. There's really only 2, he says as he looks at this. It's like, well, there's really only 2. methods. There's this one, plus there's this one. Now, this, I have to say, is 20 per second versus 10. This one, that's 150 over 4, which is 37.5 units per second per building. But it's at the cost of 100 low distillates. Now, and it requires titanium tetrachloride, which you're using your titanium at that point. So I don't think that's worth it for getting lubricant. Yeah, it's fewer buildings making lubricant. This one being 20 is tempting because it can be made directly through mushrooms and Relesia. It's a lot of mushrooms, FYI. You could also do organic and refined. Naphtha and iron. Naphtha comes from wood or heavy oil. Naphtha comes from wood. That is a interesting way of converting wood into lubricant. Like, hey, you can totally convert wood into lubricant. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it? Wood into lubricant. And add iron. Just add iron. I need to actually have a better look at this. Because this might... I need to look at the footprint of this. I definitely want to look at the footprint of this because it's just the Relesia, which is just hydrogen. I mean, hydrogen is free. Do I have Relesias on me? I don't... Or being made? Maybe? Maybe? Bring me my Relesia. Where's Relesia? Relesia. I'm not making them. Oh my. Hey kitty. Hey Cole, you gonna come up on from my chair? Huh? You gonna come up? Come up. Up. Yeah, that's the baby. That's the baby. Back on the lap. He's back on the lap. Yeah. You're looking at me, you know it's what time it is. You know it's noon. And you want me to feed you. Ow. Ow. Back. Claw. Ow. Claw. Ow. Ow. Ah. Right on my skin. My bare skin. On my leg. Ah. Yeah, kitty. Be careful with those back claws. You only have them in the back, but you gotta be more careful with them. Yeah, your tail's flicking. I see your tail. I feel your tail flicking. Oh, boy. Anyway, distractions. Distractions are distracting. I do have a bit more ammonia being made. Yeah, that's a thing that I can do now. I have all of the ammonia. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I like that. That's better. And then cyanic. Methane and ammonia into cyanic. Tholins or urea into ammonia and cyanic through DDCs. That's why I wanted the DDCs. Where am I going to do this? I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know. Do I want to do this in a thingy? Probably not. This is small enough. To do not in one of those. You. Yeah, my kitty. You like it on my lap? You like being on my lap. You really do. You really seem to like being on the lap. Then FB reactors. Dink. Doink. Doink. Is it a gap of 2 or 3? I forget. Where are my FB reactors? You. Yeah, on the way. 12. Logistics storage 7. Yeah, bring them. Bring me my red pages. Here I am constantly referencing mist all the time. Urea, urea. Get all the things. All the things. Yes, all of them. Go fast. Take all the things and go fast. 13 and a half. You what? 13 and a half. Is that even worth the ammonia? Hold up. I mean, is that worth the urea? Is it better to convert the urea to ammonia and then the ammonia to cyanic than to do this? Like, is that truth? Is it easier to do... Wait, where do you even... What building even is this? Quenching towers. And it's methane. And coal. Okay. Eh? And it's 10 per second. In a Mark 1. 10 per second or 20. Yeah, my kitty. So, let's see. $10 per second of cyanic from 20 of ammonia. I guess this will be fine. You there. Make me the melamine. Melamine. Meliamine. Two. 13 and a half. 2. Makes 2. I have 3 of them. What if I told them to go fast? Hmm. Hum. Hmm. 27. Does that, like, go into 27? No, it goes into 28. Well, I think I want that, actually. This has no solids involved outside of the, draw. You produce a bit of CO2 that's going to be vented, of course. Where is my gas vents? Gas vents! Gas vents. Bring me the gas vents. There's the gas vents. There they are. I'll do this here. Sure. I'll put 2 down. Not like that's necessary or anything. And then I need that for the tailings. And then I need to do copy and paste. Do I want that? No. Control Z, Control V. Let's actually be lined up evenly. You don't take solids in, but you produce solids out, so you're just a matter of that. Where am I gonna put you, though? That is a good question. Probably on the... this side. Sure, on the inside we'll go. We'll do the thing. Yeah, because I'm just thinking, it's like, well, we've got... Actually, I guess it'll be 2 on the water. 1 there, and then doink, doink, doink. Da-da. 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 Kitty's on the desk. Kitty's on the desk. Oh, I completely missed the top. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Then it's a matter of... that connecting up there. This is going to be a little bit trickier, but that should work. The water we'll get a thingy here, but it needs to be brought over. There's the water. There's the venting of the CO2. And then I need the cyanic. Crap. Crap! Abort mission! Abort mission! Didn't I cut, not paste? Yeah, cyanic. Right. Well, this theoretically works, right? Oh, really? Ugh. Alright, repositioning this. Cyanic, cyanic, cyanic. And then I need the ammonia. Not gonna work. Also not gonna work. You don't need to exist there. Is that my in? I guess I'll... Whoops. Wait, what? Oh, alright. Wait, what? No, you do need to be there. That's that in, but I can then do the thingy there, and that connects it. Alright, there you go. There you go, my lovelies. Have some speed. And have some beautiful, beautiful power. Oh, right, I need to, you know, do a bit of tailing venting. Tailing 72, that's fine. That's fine. All of it's connected? Yes, yes, all of it. All of it's connected. Glorious, glorious, glorious day. There it goes. Melamine! All the beautiful melamine on the planet. 28.8. Excuse me, but I need a U in all the things. So, 27 per second. 27 per second melamine. There we go. From like 18 per second of urea. And as I had said, this little setup, this little thing down here, is, yeah, 60. 60 per second of urea. And we're full, so we've got full chests of urea. Isn't it wonderful? I like it. I, I think I like it. I think I like it a lot, actually. Really tempted to actually hook this up and start making vanadium out of it. Really, 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 really tempted to do that. So, collagen in agitators. How many agitators have been made since I placed down the thing? Hey, 6 of them! 6 of them have been made. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, agitators, make me some collagen. Actually, make me some collagen where I brought my acetic up. Somewhere over here. You also need steam? Really? 0.8 from one machine. Let's go fast. Go faster! That's, I don't know, probably not too bad. What do I use the collagen for again? Why am I even asking this question? What is it used for? Some phosphoric. Ah, with the rocks. Right. You can get infinite rocks out of this. Epoxy. Right. It's needed for epoxy. That's the thing. Oh yeah, drilling fluids. Hey, drilling fluids. Yeah, that's right. Drilling fluids. That's what you're needed for, right? Drilling fluids. Glycerol. Gee, what's glycerol used for? Coal briquettes. That would be convenient. Acrolein. Chromite. Chromite pulp. So further chromium processing will need glycerol, which glycerol, yeah, collagen. Collagen would be the most convenient, I think. Nickel overflow from pulp 2. So nickel processing is what we'll use. But we'll use this. And epichlorohydrin. ECH will need the glycerol. And the glycerol needs collagen on recipe. ECH for the epoxy. Glorious, glorious epoxy. This is the recipe I would use out of the resorcinol, which is just melamine and sodium hydroxide. Yeah, that sounds fine by me. Probably gonna want, like, a lot of collagen, though. 9 per second of skin. Holy crap. Holy crap! That's a lot of skin to pull out collagen from. 180. That's 3. 3 boilers. I'm carrying around things to make boilers. I'll just make them. So 3 boilers. Tree boilers. Yeah, there we go. That's convenient. Request, load, unload, I should say. Coke. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll be fine. Go, my minions. My train of minions, do your thing. Power and thingy, and that, and that. Bring me my skin and urea, and we'll have collagen. The first of the collagen! The glorious collagen. Yeah, right, Cole? We've got collagen now! We've got collagen now, kitty! Pretty kitty! Yeah, we've got collagen now. What am I gonna do for another half hour? I don't know. Wait, what? Right. You. Cough. Cough, wheeze. Cough. Cough. Wheeze, wheeze. Ahem. I totally didn't. Why do you taunt me so? Boom! Go! Move. Water. Do your thing. Do your thing. Did I forget this one? I forgot. Wait, what? Right! Yeah, that would help. The way the water's going, I need to do this, and then that. Okay. Any other issues you would like to tell me about, game? Any other issues you having? Please speak up now. Minions are doing their thing. How many minions are actively working? Plenty. I have over 3,800 extra minions to do something with. Next. Okay, so let's see. I've got melamine resin on like the bus stuff coming up, but I don't have it being made out of my beautiful melamine that's being produced here. Now, melamine resin means formaldehyde. Now, formaldehyde can be made straight up from tholins. Really, really do not even want to think about molybdenum from formaldehyde. That sounds like a terrible, awful, horrid idea. Methane, though, several ways. Many of which are Moondrop Greenhouse. I'm pretty sure I'm doing that one at the moment. You could also do it with fertilizer. I don't think it's worth the fertilizer, being completely honest. Otherwise, I could spend Nexalit, apparently. I could spend nickel. I could expend... Oh, God. Why does my Amazon dot it always goes off if I said nickel, but it thought I was calling it, saying something completely different. Okay, frack. We could, like, crack it. We could make it out of pressured water and drill heads and filtration media. That's actually, like, tempting. But it's every 12 seconds, or shall we say every 6 seconds, because I'm on Mark IIs now. I don't know. Probably not worth the drill hits. Or, of course, Tholins. Yeah, I think just this is fine for making methane, but... And I did technically start automating my moondrops, I think. I'm pretty sure I now have moondrops among the, mess. Among the mess, up here... Moondrops. Yeah, I have a full... A full chest of moondrop greenhouses. So if I wanted to set up arrays of moondrop greenhouses, I could. Absolutely, I have as much methane as I could ever desire. That's just if I need more melamine resin, which, guess what? Oh, 164 and a half hours now. Interesting. I probably will need more melamine resin production overall. Looks like I need more Zippier to keep this going. It did say it uses 9 per second. We're going to definitely be limited on that front. Joy, my Zippier processing. Yeah, that figures that this would be all consumed, but I mean, it's not like I have 60 per second of urea being made right down here. Right in here. 60 glorious per second of urea. Now what? Good question. So more circuits. Yeah? Also, what is with small parts? Do I not have a full thingy here? If I have a full thingy there, I suppose there's no real point in this even existing up here. I'd rather this be backed up, actually. Now that I'm making it out of the iron and copper, because that's all it's made out of, do I really need to make it on the bus and bring it up? I don't think so, and I need iron for more than just that, so yeah. Wow, I actually have these. Oh, I have chem plants in here too. Interesting. Speaking of chem plants, how you doing? How you doing? Why are you not, like, operating? Or are you operating? You are operating. I guess. Yeah. Products finished is rising. Still have plenty of heavy oil, actually. But still not making enough lubricant to feed the whole thing. But we should see more chromium ore coming out of here. Looks like we're consistently feeding 2 now. Almost to the 3rd. Yeah, it seems we might be consistently being able to feed a little over half of this. Currently. Must have more lube! Because clearly I don't have the chromium to feed everything at the moment. Yeah, my kitty, my sweet. That's my baby. My sweet baby. How many of you are there enough? There are enough of them at the moment. I could duplicate this. Also random guar. By the way, 45 per second. using fertilizer. 19, that's not too bad. 19, 9.2 fertilizer. Yeah, let's actually get a more reasonable recipe. How about the one that doesn't use lamps? Or, in the alternative, 30 every 80. Wait, what? What? Spot the difference. What's the difference here? 8 every 18. 1.07. 30 every 80. 0.9. It's the same items, just different timings. Okay. I mean, I'm okay with spending like 42 or 43 to get what I need here, but it's that 5.73 lamps that's the issue, because lamps are copper. Anyway, I'm done with that. Done really looking at guar and stuff and drilling fluids for now. Once I've set my base up a bit more, I'll worry myself with that. I am backed up on saline. What are the Zapier not having? Oh, right. Mushrooms. Okay, what am I going to do about that? What am I going to do about that? Hello, mushrooms. I'm gonna make more mushrooms down my bus. That's a thing I should do. Should do it. Get more Zapier rolling. Actually use my saline water production. Where's my car? There it is, right near where I have my mushrooms. I want to get rid of some of these things that are in my inventory now that I no longer need. I want to hold on to a ground borer. Can get rid of those mining drills as well. You there. You're coming with me. You are absolutely coming with me. Then I might need, like, more stuff to convert it into substrate. 20 more minutes. Oh, wow. I had one final gulp of coffee left. I'll take it. I'll gladly take it. So these Zapier, I had set up a very long time ago. Only ever used one at a time for the, like, blood that was needed to, like, maintain my blood meal stuff that it was used for some chain or other. I went too far. Where am I gonna do this? That's the next question of the day. You. 4.53. Do I even have enough coke to feed that? Like, that doesn't seem right. Like, if I had enough coke to feed that, it would need 2 of those, and it would need 2 of these. Or loader. Oh, I guess I have space here. I don't even need this at all anymore. Like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. So, oh, and actually, I don't want these operating anymore, so I will cut off their supplies. I have better processes for these. Not the regular inserters, mind you, but I do have more efficient processes that aren't consuming my duralumin. Alright. Shrooms! Give me shrooms! All of the shrooms. Yeah, 10 by... I'll... Do I want to do it like this, or do I just want to... Or do I just keep it offset? Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. I'll offload off of the outside. This just keeps things balanced. Now, unfortunately, you can't just copy, paste, reverse. Because then you get everything going in the opposite direction. But I think it'd be easier to reverse the direction. Excuse me, you're supposed to be able to... Fine. Like, you're supposed to be able to replace, yeah, like that. Yeah, let's just not. I don't even need that anymore. My car is left behind. way down here. Do I have a Mark II automated factory? That's another question I have. I don't think I need the Mark II factory. I just want to check the car for it and bring the car back. I don't. Not a Mark II automated factory. I have Mark II washers, DDCs, extractors, gasifiers, electrolyzers, HPFs, all fins. Not automated factories. Oh well. Oh well, he says. Alright. That's fine by me. Power. Water. Water and power are required. Yeah, I exited the logistics zone. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, I'm out of water thingies, aren't I? Make the stuff for me. For my beautiful, glorious water. Of course, I had to stick this all, like, in line like that. Fine. Break. Break. Power! Let there be lights. Go, my minions. Now, I do prefer the efficiency modules over the speed modules. That's just a matter of personal preference. I think the amount of space saved by increasing power requirements isn't worth the extra footprint of the power requirements. Granted, space is infinite, but anyway. That will be more mushrooms. 20 of them, in fact. 9.6 per second when I only need 4 or 5.14, so I should back up. It should back up fully. But it will consume more coke, which there is something to be said about making enough mushrooms to feed the coke here locally on the substrate. That is an argument to be made. Has something to do. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Also, why don't I have the Faugi substrate going all the way up yet? I don't know. But, anyway, yeah, so, these guys. I put frickin'... Okay, I put productivity in these guys. Hi, sweetie. You put your paw on my arm? Yeah, you got your arm on my arm. So all of these will start moving at some point once this, like, catches up. They'll move. Hopefully I'll have enough saline for all of it. Oh, also, wastewater is produced out of this, and I'm not doing anything with the wastewater. Maybe I should do something with the wastewater. Wastewater, what can you do? Tailings in a thickener by adding pure sand. That sounds awful. Filtration media into methanol. Filtration media into methanol. Straight up make water out of it. You can do logs out of it. You can do urea out of it in an evaporator. Well, that's actually a good way to use wastewater to make urea out of it. Good supplemental supply of urea. But actually, I think I like this methanol. Maybe. So the way I have the Zapier reefs at the moment, the setup as it currently stands, will always operate, okay? There is no backing up here. Which means that I theoretically am always making 94.29 per second of wastewater. Theoretically, I am always making enough wastewater. Or always making wastewater here. What that means is that if I do set up converting wastewater into methanol, from filtration media, I can reliably count on always having that production. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna let it vent and void for now. Right, give me things! Give me all of the things. 5 more minutes. What am I going to do with the last 5 more minutes? Not a clue. That is what I'm going to say. Not a clue. Clues I have none of at this point in time. I'm tempted to look at the Relesia plus mushrooms into aromatics recipe. See what sort of footprint that involves for getting lubricant out of aromatics. Because that could be a thing that I do. I could do that. I really could do that. Oh, all my beautiful minions flying around. Am I producing more ammonia than I need yet? Nope. I still need more ammonia. Like, I still need more ammonia. I'm using ammonia here. More niobium plates. Yeah, you are still in need of a lot more niobium. A lot more ammonia to keep going. Ammonia is also being used in the rare earth process. Lots. Oh. Apparently. Because I'm so backed up here that it doesn't matter. So, what got done today? I guess I can do that. Actually, end on time. What got done today? Primarily speaking, I set up this little area of augs. A nice grid of 24 augs, giving me 60 urea per second out of raw fiber and mushrooms. I am making some mushrooms that are going onto my network, plus the fibers that are going onto the network. It does cost lamps. That's one thing I need to note. It does cost lamps, and it does cost some coke. Lamps and coke feed this, along with water. Lamps, though, are pretty cheap. Glass, copper, iron. And then here we've got sand being made. So technically I've got sand on my network now, and I've got clay being made, and clay is also on the network, so this whole setup produces excess sand and clay. I think a bit of excess, no, it produces exactly as much as it needs of the fibers. And I have excess Faugi mushrooms. Oh boy, so yeah, I set up that up to 60 per second on that, and then with the urea, I can do things with the urea. That included setting up a bit more ammonia, though I need even more, as well as set up some cyanic plus ammonia. Why is there extra ammonia? I don't know. Oh, you're probably... yeah, you're full, that's why. You're full! Hey, we've got all of the melamine. All of the melamine now. So, with that, Kitty is now, like, walking in front of my screen. So, I think he's trying to tell me something. I think the kitty is trying to tell me something. Yeah, Kitty Cole. Mwah. Trying to tell me something. I'm going to end things off here. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, as the kitty walks over my keyboard, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku to leave a follow, turn on notifications. If you want to be reminded when I go live every Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. I hope to see you all on the next one.